Everybody, it's me, Big Trav, and welcome to my world. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I'm finna do a movie trailer Easter egg video. I'm finna show you the trailer of Disney and Pixar Soul. Okay, here it comes now. Okay, here we have the Disney logo, and it says Disney. We have some nice backgrounds. We have some nice water, some nice grass, and a train. And we also have Cinderella's castle. Man, I love that castle. It looks beautiful. And on top, we see a flag. And we also see some magic up in the air. So, Walt Disney is a creator. That's when he died a long time ago. But he'll be missed. Okay? Okay, enough. Okay. Whatever. Enough about him. Okay. Moving on. See, that's him right there. That's Joe. Throwing down right next to the Pixar logo with Lexo Jr., the lamb. And we see Lexo right next to Joe. So I think any I think you I think I think any of you fans see Lexo in one of those shorts. Plus, I never seen him before in my life. You seen him in one of those Pixar shorts. But I'm never a fan of Pixar. But I think this lamb's kind of cute. So we see Joe filling down. That's him right there. Right next to the X in A in R. Let's zoom out. Okay. Let's move on. Oh! Whoa! Okay, let's pause this. That's him. That's Joe right there. He transformed into a soul. It's kind of like a ghost thing. He is so cute. He got his hat and glasses. Well, that's it. I think he's in some kind of weird world. Strange world where I don't know. Let's move on. Okay. Here we have the producers from Inside Out and Coco. You know what? I never seen that movie Coco. It was a good movie. Plus, Pixar did have some awesome progress with this. So let's move on.
What's your name, honey?
Okay, now let's stop again. Here we have these people right there. that Joe just ran into. We have an old lady, a woman, and a man, or a kid, whatever, that Joe just ran into and asking them what's going on. So they just want to ask Joe about where he's from or who he is in a real world. It's kind of like some kind of fantasy thing where strange things happen, you know. I'm afraid he is the only one who could like, I don't know, just trying to find somebody to get him back home before he disappears. Okay, next in the real world, this is his human form. He has his hat and glasses and mustache. And there in the cosmic world, he has his own soul form. He still got his hat and glasses, but no mustache. He was a middle school teacher in the real world before he died in an accident. But let's see what happens. Go for it. Here we have some kids in the classroom. We have this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid, this kid who's playing the trumpet, and the other one with hat on. And we also have some posters in Joe's classroom. You know. Okay. Let's move on. Next, we have the city, and we have a sun in the sky, and we have some water in the lake. It's so beautiful. Real beautiful. I wonder if there's some Easter eggs there. But let's find out and see. Here we have some of Joe's band members. That's them right there. And that's the drummer dude, voiced by Questlove himself. Let's play. Started out as the best day of my life. Back here tonight, first shows at 7. And there's the lady who's playing the saxophone, and she's voiced by Angela Bassett. You know who did the voice of Shatter, the evil Decepticon from Bumblebee. Yep, it was epic. Believe a dangerous criminal from our world is hiding somewhere. You know what? Angela Bassett does have a good performance. Here tonight, first shows at 7. Yes! Woohoo! Okay, let's find another Easter egg. And it says, let's see. It says, okay, it says half note. The club Joe's in with his band members. And we have some posters. I don't know what they are. And it says the Dorith Dorothy. Dorothy Williams. And we have some woman with a baby stroller right there. I don't know whose baby it is, but let's move on. Okay, the next scene, Joe falls down and suddenly he's a soul. So here we have some of his papers fell, and we see some traffic cones and cars in the back, but no Easter eggs. Let's just see what happens next. Now here we have Joe panicking, and I think he's scared of something, but well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna wait until the movie comes out. So let's see what happens next. Okay, here we have a soul with a beard and another soul with hair, and we have some other souls going into a bright light. I don't know. There we have Joe trying to rip the background, trying to find his way out, cause he's still panicking. So we have more soul people going to the bright light, cause the movie looks real good for Pixar and Disney. So why don't we see what happens next? Next, we have Joe falling down into a water. Is this water? I don't know. Let's just get to the next scene and find out what happens. Now we have him going into the future. It's kind of like The Matrix. It might be awesome for a kids movie, but it could be cute though. I think let's move on. Okay? We see another world that has trees, all kinds of trees and hills, tons of hills, and some blue grass. And we see this hole that's shape of a rectangle, I think. Let's move on and see what happens. Okay, now there's Joe and some blue grass. Who's he think he in? The Lion King? Nah. Just don't tell me in the comments below. Anyways, let's see. Let's see what we got in this movie. Let's check it out. And there we have some two-dimensional creatures called whatever they are. I don't know. And she's holding up a checkboard. Let's find out.
Is this heaven? No, it's the great before. This is where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests before they go to Earth.
So in this scene, we have soul babies ready to go to a new place called the other world or whatever. We have one baby soul, two baby souls, three baby souls, and four baby souls. Moving on. Anyways, the baby souls are going to Earth. That's them right there. Tons of baby souls. See, that's the Earth right there. It's kind of round for a movie, but we probably might have some souls in our world. The same thing. We wanted Sonic the Hedgehog in our world, but maybe one day we'll try and have souls in our world. You know, that would be great for a children's movie, but they can be in our world. That would be great. You know, that would be a great idea for Ty and Build-A-Bear. As you see here, we have the youth seminar as seen in the concept art. We have all kinds of nice, colorful backgrounds. We got trees and hills and all kinds of baby souls and all sorts of see-through people. That is nice. Okay, here we have the next scene where Joe goes to a theater and we see all kinds of souls sitting there. It's kind of like a movie theater where you get to eat popcorn and watch a movie, I think. So, let's move on. And here we have our next character. Whoa. Her head bounced off her body. Look at that. And we have some guy stretching his arm out. It's kind of stretchy. Wow. And we have all kinds of baby souls watching. And there's Joe wearing a name tag. Let's see. I don't know what it says. Let's zoom it out a little bit, okay? Let's go back.
What is this place?
Oh, did I mention that Joe Gardner is voiced by Jamie Foxx himself? He is a masterpiece. I love that guy. He is so cool. And plus, he was in The Amazing Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And he was also did the voice of Nico from Rio 1 and 2. And he was in Annie. It was so good. I love that dude. Okay, moving on. Okay, we have the Disney logo and the Pixar logo. So I'm afraid Disney and Pixar come together as one, I think. So moving on. Let's find our next Easter egg. So next we have this thing running around in the youth seminar. So let's just get to the next scene until we find another Easter egg. We have our next character in the movie named 22, and she's voiced by Tina Fey, the funniest actress ever. So 22 is a little tiny soul that has buck teeth and colored cheeks, whatever. I think we have some symbol thing that looks like a snowflake. But why don't we just move on? Next scene, we have Joe, his human form in the real world, and he's riding a train. So he's gonna make his fortune and become the best musician ever on earth. He is so gonna be rich and famous and a star. We have some people riding on the train. Let's move on and find another Easter egg. Okay, there's a train that's leaving the subway, and we have a green light that says go, and we have some signs, I don't know, and we have a sun that goes down because it will be nighttime. Moving on. Wow, we see some trees in the background. Still no Easter eggs. And we also get Joe as a kid back then because he was born. He wanted to be just like his father. So he's riding on his bike. Okay, next scene. Wait, not yet. He got his helmet and still riding on his bike. Okay, next scene. Pizza. Okay, we have Joe in 22 in the kitchen trying to eat some pizza. So there's Joe with the pizza, and then he's gonna eat it. Let's see.
I can't smell.
Uh-oh.
We can't taste either?
Nah. I don't think souls have noses, but they don't even eat food like ghosts usually do. But let's give it another try.
We can't taste either. I can't smell. We can't.
Whoa, let's pause that. Okay, there's a pizza. We see Joe poop out a pizza. Let's try again and see.
We can't. We.
Okay. Let's. Okay, now let's do it again one more time. He's chewing it. And there it is on the ground. Let's. Okay, now. There's the pizza on the ground. There's some cakes, some pies, or whatever. And we see a plane. And we also see some buildings. And we see lots of stuff. Okay, moving on.
All that stuff is in your body.
And 22 is eating the pizza too. Let's see if she does that too. Let's try. Whoa. I didn't know she could do that. I didn't know souls could do that, but whoa. Okay, now let's just see what happens next.
No smell, no taste, or touch. See? Okay,
Funny.
I get it.
Let's do it again. I like that part. I totally like that part.
See? Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it.
Okay, we have Jamie Foxx. We have Jamie Foxx as Joe. And there they are. Okay, now let's go back to it. Hold up. Okay. Hold up. Okay, here we have 22 holding Joe's hand as he pushing the button. And there we see some of his of his forms. So that's him watching TV, and that's him sweeping the floor, and that's him in the music business. And that's him along with 22. So they're on the thing that's metal and round. That's where the button is. So let's see what happens next. So next part is we see this. That's the sign again that says half note. And there we saw Joe's dad. And then we saw young Joe and his dad taking him to a nightclub where he could learn how to be a musician, an awesome musician. Moving on. And there we have some band members in the nightclub playing good music. And there we have Joe looking at the band members on stage. And so we have a spotlight, one spotlight, and there we see some pictures on the wall. We see some tables, and we see some audience. So moving on. And there's Tina Fey as 22.
Is all this living really worth dying for?
Okay, next scene is where Joe and 22 are at a library. We see some books. We see some tables. And there we see AC, R, C, and M. And we see all kinds of books. And there we see some kind of whatever it is for the waterworks. I'm not sure. But let's find some more Easter eggs and see. Moving on. And there we have Joe in his human form in the real world. There we have his mom or his girlfriend or whatever. They're his shoes. Okay, here's his shoes, and they're his mother's shoes. Cause I don't know what's gonna happen in the movie. And we see some rocks. Some more rocks. I don't know what's gonna happen in the movie. Cause last time I just sat through the Addams Family, but I see Morticia with her long legs, putting on her boots at the beginning of the movie, getting ready for her wedding day. Cause I kind of like that. It was good. Okay, that movie I just sat through was awesome, but technically I like her legs and her boobs. But I'm just doing my job. It was the best. I ain't got time for that. I still need to do some searching for some Easter eggs. Anyways, Joe and his mom are at the beach having a good time. We see some clouds in the sky. Lots of clouds. Beautiful clouds. Okay, moving on. Next scene, we have Joe and this little girl walking down the street. And then we see some sign that says Taco Tuesday. And we have people in the restaurant. And we also have this woman right there. I mean, right there. Okay. Let's go to the next scene. And we also have Joe in his suit, but still no hat. And he's finna get ready for his performance live. Our hero is gonna become a jazz player. Okay, that's Joe playing the pianos for the audience and for his family and for his friend and his cat, I think. I don't know. But he ain't in the scene. Let's move on. And it says this summer. And we have Joe laying down on the bed in the hospital. And that's him in a coma. And he looks kind of sick. And you know what? This movie make me want to cry if I sit through it. You know what they say? Movies does make me cry. But let's move on. And we have the thermometer that says, we have the green number that says 80 degrees. And we have the blue one that says 96 degrees. We also have this one that says EVO. And we also got these numbers that kind of look like rewind buttons on a VCR. I think. Let's move on. Let's move on and see.
Can you help me get back? No way!
Okay, we have this guy that kind of looks like a caveman. I kind of look. I think he's the grandfather's soul. I think he's the bad guy in the movie. I don't know who it is, but I don't think he's. Well, I'm just gonna have to find out.
There I am.
Okay. We still have Joe in the real world. That's the lady right there. We have this guy. And we have his cat laying down with him on the bed at the hospital. We see Joe. We see Joe right there in the soul world, watching him in the real world right there. So I'm afraid it's up to him to get back to the real world and back to his soul body. So he's gonna have his own happy ending and save the day. Let's see.
What are we waiting for?
Wait, not
Whoa. Hold on. Whoa, hold on. Okay, now let's see what happens if they fell into a hole.
me. Wait, not me.
Whoa. Rewind that. Let's rewind that. Okay. There's the okay, now there's a bright light. Cause I think Joe in 22 just fell in. Cause they're going to the future. It's kind of like Back to the Future, where all kinds of stuff came from in the early 80s. It's kind of similar, but this movie does have a lot of souls in it, but it's kind of similar. And there we have the logo. There we have the logo. And I see an O changing colors. Okay, now this is going to be the last scene.
This week.
Okay, we have some more creatures in the soul world. And they got all kinds, and they got these things up there. And there we see this bright light.
What is it?
151.
Okay, now let's stop again. We have a bright light, and we have the souls are going into the bright light. Let's see what happens.
1,000 souls going to the great beyond every.
The great beyond. Are they gonna disappear? I don't know. Dang. I don't know what's gonna happen next, cause this ain't Sausage Party.
Day, and I count every single one of them. The count's off.
And there we have, this is June 2020. Yeah. This is so gonna be good. And I could hardly wait. You know, the movie is kind of similar to Inside Out. I remember it being totally good and markable and awesome and good too. And I also sat through Up, and it was good and hecka funny. It was the best. Oh, I almost forgot. This is last seen in the first teaser trailer. Cause I watched the teaser trailer before and it was good. I enjoyed it. So technically the movie's so gonna be good.
Must have been sudden for you.
But you know what? This movie is so gonna be good, and I can't wait until it comes out in June. It's still Okay, it says this film is not yet rated. Anyways, I'm so gonna be excited for this movie. I can't wait until this summer. But I'm s- I'm finna get through Onward first before I see it. I mean, before I get a chance to see it. So this movie is so gonna be awesome, and I can't wait. So, what are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, the movie Soul is gonna be out in theaters June 19th, 2020. Anyways, and that is gonna do it for the movie trailer reaction review Easter egg video. I'm Big Trev signing off. Oh, I almost forgot. I can't wait until Easter, but I'm gonna have to get through St. Patrick's Day. It's coming up. So, have a good time. Deuces. Holla.